Hi, everybody. Welcome to our webinar today. We're so excited for you to join us. My name's Kimberly, and I'm the growth marketer here at Balto. I'm going to put my email in the chat here in a second. Please feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any questions about our webinars or have any feedback or any suggestions for future topics. I would love to hear from you. Speaking of the chat, please feel free to introduce yourself and let us know where you're dialing in from. I am here today in stormy Los Angeles, California, but we have Baltonians here from all over the US and all over the world. Today, we're going to be joined by my colleagues from Serbia, Canada, and a faraway land known as Chicago. We're going to have time at the end of our session today for Q&A. So please feel free to add your questions in the Q&A tab. You can toggle between that and the chat. That's where you'll find Q&A. We're going to be recording the webinar today. I'm going to send you a link in the next couple of days, so be on the lookout. And to get us started, I have a couple of questions for you. First, would like to know, have you already implemented voice AI agents in your contact center? All right, we have some people who have not implemented them yet, some people who have been fully deployed. Gonna run the gamut here. Some people in pilot stage. Great, yeah. Well, we are so excited here at Balto that we have our own voice AI agents launched, ready to deploy today. And we're gonna tell you about Togo. That's the session you signed up for. Now, I have one more question for you here. For those of you who have not fully deployed voice AI agents in your contact center yet, what would you need before you felt comfortable scaling your voice AI agents? We're thinking maybe clear visibility into AI agent performance, confidence in handoffs to humans, easy control over AI agent behavior and tuning, internal alignment. Or if there is something else that's important to you that's not one of these options, feel free to drop it in the chat. All right, looks like we've got a pretty good spread here as well, but easy control over AI agent behavior and tuning is winning out. So we're going to get into all of the above today. I am very excited to pass the mic to our first speaker, whose name is also Mike. Please welcome on stage Mike Goldstein, our CTO.
Hello, everyone. Mike Goldstein.
Oh, sorry, one moment.
All right, I'm back. Mike Goldstein, CTO of Balto. Super excited to be talking today about Togo, Balto's AI agent. We're going to be doing some demoing later. We always love to show demos, and Sophia and Drago will be doing that. But at first, I'm going to be talking to you about a few things. I'm going to start off with just kind of the journey of AI agents and where they started and where they're going. What makes like a good AI agent and kind of the building blocks of them. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the struggles that contact center leaders are having right now with AI agents and some of the AI agents out there. From there, I'm going to talk about using your data to get automation insights and create that map, that journey of how you actually deploy these things. And then last, we're going to talk about a couple of use cases that we're really excited about. So to look at that journey of where these AI agents came from, they kind of came from the IVR system, right? And you've probably all called into some place, press 1 for this, press 2 for that. Fun fact about me, about 20, 25 years ago, I was an IVR developer myself, and I'd program these trees, and they'd be hard-coded, and it was a good time. But basically, people don't want to do that anymore, right? They want to be able to now go ahead and speak naturally to, be able to speak naturally to something. And over the years, we started to see a little advancement there. They'd pick up keywords. Maybe you'd call an airline and say, I want to book an appointment, or yell the word agent a bunch of times, and it would route you. But over the last year or so, you've really seen an explosion of a few technologies. ASR, turning speech into text. TTS, which is turning text into speech, so being able to get that authentic, real voice. And then ultimately, everyone knows about LLMs, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Claude, the ability to answer different types of questions. And when you can orchestrate all this together, you can really get magic. So you think about, like, now that this is happening, a lot of contact centers are saying, hey, this isn't a novelty. How do I actually get something operationally out of this? So there's a couple of things that AI agents are really good at. A couple of the building blocks before you get into those specific use cases. One, like I said, is routing. You don't need to press 1 for this or 2 for that. You can literally just speak to it and say, hey, I want to book an appointment, or what time are you open till? And it's going to go ahead and pick up on those things. Next is form filling or data extraction, right? Are you married? Have you been in an accident? When were you born? You can extract data very, very accurate and very effectively and efficiently now. Next, answering questions. We all work with OpenAI, LLMs. They can answer questions, right? So does your contact center have FAQs or documents or knowledge bases to serve up that information? And then last, like tool calling or being able to integrate with systems like CRMs or scheduling systems. You put all those together, and once again, you have that magic of kind of that AI agent that's very high powered, can handle a lot of use cases and give you a lot of ROI. So why did we set out to do this? Well, we've been talking to a lot of industry leaders and industry contact center leaders and looking at what was out there in the space. And a lot of people have been talking to us and having the same challenges. Some of the biggest ones are just visibility into the calls. They're not able to see what's going on in these AI agents. I actually was on the phone yesterday with one of our customers, and they sent out like 15,000 calls, and basically they got back 15,000 audio files. That's it. And they had to go through these files one at a time to determine if this thing was effective, which he wasn't able to do because no one could do that. And then also, if you don't have visibility into it, like we saw on the poll, people care about tuning it. If you can't see how it's doing, how do you improve it? How do you tune it? And then last, it's kind of this like proliferation of using more tools. People used best in breed many years ago. Then they started to consolidate. And now AI agents are coming into the fold, and they're starting to proliferate again. People are just picking up one-off solutions. So we set out to kind of solve a lot of those challenges that a lot of contact center leaders were happening. With Balto, we wanted to be able to give you clear insights into all of your conversations, your AI agents and your human agents. And the ability to see them, you could go ahead, understand its performance, understand the quality, the compliance, the insights from them, and then be able to tune them and treat them just like a human agent, right? Just like a real team member. And then we want to put that stuff all in a single pane of glass. We've been monitoring and helping and coaching agents for 10 years. We want to use that industry intelligence and be able to put what you're doing for your humans right next to your AI in a single pane of glass, which really excites us. So then, from there, one other thing is, where do you begin? We've been talking to many customers, and a lot of customers, some of them know where they want to begin. They say, hey, I want to work with this outbound call or this compliance thing or this confirmation thing. But a lot of customers don't know where they want to go. So what we've done is, since we've monitored over 500 million live call agents, calls, we decided to look at that, start to analyze that type of data, and take that type of analysis towards our AI agents. So I'm going to share a screen for a second. And this is our automation insights. I'm going to show this off really quick. Basically, this is looking at the agent that Sophia will demo in a few minutes. Basically, what we can do with understanding our data, looking at all of our calls, we can go ahead and run an analysis over all the calls that are happening within your contact center. From there, I'm going to skip over, because it takes a minute or two. We go ahead and we produce this output. So we understand what's going on, and we can provide you that map. Where do you want to go? What is the highest ROI? What are the easiest things to accomplish? So if you go ahead and you look at this really quickly, this is a healthcare enrollment that we're looking at. So you start to see the areas that have the most repeatability, that are in the most calls, the most structured, and they can provide that map of where you may want to go on your journey to implement AI agents. So on here, you have something like profile and affordability in healthcare. You can then look down, you can go ahead and you can see Well, this is where we're collecting standard information. Not only do we look at that, we can actually say kind of what should the voice agent do. So the voice agent should say, hey, are you currently employed? Are you self-employed? Where are you located? Do you have family members, et cetera, et cetera. Highly structured, highly valuable. So this is leveraging data to create that map. If you don't know where to go, you can look here and it can help point you in a direction. If you think you know where you're going first, this might be the second or third place you want to go after. So we're very excited about that. That's also the benefit of kind of working with us in the sense that we're able to analyze these calls and we've been doing it for so long. Last, just some use cases. We are big in healthcare, in finance, in home improvement, in collections. So there's a lot of use cases that excite us and have high ROI. But to just throw a couple out there that so you can understand kind of the use cases and the power of what you can get in the ROI, something like in health insurance. A lot of customers we talk to talk about like leads qualification, lead scoring. In health insurance, we have a couple customers who purchase leads, very expensive leads. And if they can disqualify those leads within 60 seconds, they don't have to pay for those leads. So with our AI agents, they're structured, they can handle it, and they're very efficient. They can disqualify those people within 60 seconds and save tons of money for our healthcare customers. A couple more within there are reading disclaimers after you go ahead and book a call. Someone stays in line with you for 5 or 10 minutes and just reads things to you. That's time your agent can have back. Or even enrollment calls, or once you've enrolled, kind of a hello to the program. Same thing, more time back. And then last, another one in home improvement scheduling. This is a very big one, right? Being able to call in and schedule calls. You can either do this on hours, but a lot of our companies can't look to do it off hours. So you can have an agent working off hours, booking, scheduling, converting for you while no one else is working. You can use that off hours instead of maybe using a BPO, which will create a more uniform experience for you, and obviously create conversions while you're sleeping, which is nice. You can see how these use cases can go across each industry, and you're stacking those different types of tools I talked about to create really good workflows. So we're super excited about Togo. We're super excited about what we've built. I'm excited to pass it over to Sophia, and she's going to start the demo.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Sofia. I'm a product manager here in Balto, and today I'm going to show you how our voice AI agent handles the entire intake process. Really naturally, in real time, so your human agent in your businesses can focus on what they do best. So for starters, like I would guess that most of us are familiar with calling businesses and like spending a first 2 or 3 minutes or whatever on like just repeating your name, repeating the phone number, and then like explaining why we are calling, and only to like be transferred again and to do it all over again. So that's not just frustrating for customers, but for contact centers, it's expensive dead time. So basically, every minute an agent spends on intake, it's a minute they are not solving any problems. So let me just like quickly give you some context on this. In a typical call, the first minute or so is a pure data collection. So name, account number, reason for calling, for example. And that's not a complex work, but it consumes expensive agent time. And the challenge, I think, here has always been how do businesses handle calls without making customers feel like they're talking to what Mike mentioned previously, to a frustrating IVR from, I don't know, 2005 or something. So that's exactly one of the reasons we built our voice AI agent. So voice AI agent handles the intake conversation naturally. It follows your business rules, collects the information you need, and then like schedules the next call appointment or transfers to a human agent with a full context. So let me show you how that actually looks like. I'm going to call our demo line right now, and this is a live AI agent and not a recording. So just to keep this demo concise, this use case is a simplified version of a real world enrollment process. So let's see how it handles the real conversation. Kimberly, if you can share my screen, that would be lovely.
Thank you for calling Balto Health Alliance. I am an AI assistant on a recorded line. I understand you are interested in health insurance options. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Great. Thank you. I need to ask you a few quick questions to understand your situation, and then I'll set up a call back with a licensed specialist who can review actual plan options and prices with you. Does that sound okay?
Sounds great.
Awesome, thanks. To get started, can I have your full name, please?
My name is Pam Jones.
Thank you. I got that as Pamjones. Is that right?
Yeah, all correct.
Thank you, Pam. And what's the best phone number for the specialist to reach you?
That would be 570-555-0134.
Phone number 570-555-0134. Thank you. And what's your zip code?
My zip code is 18503.
Zip code 18503. Thank you. Are you looking for new health coverage, or do you already have a plan and want to see if there's something more affordable?
I'm looking for a new health coverage.
Got it. You're looking for new health coverage. Who needs health coverage? Just you or your spouse or dependents as well?
It's just me.
Just you. Thank you. And how old are you?
I'm 35.
Age 35. Thank you. To see if you qualify for any savings on your monthly
I'm
premium.
so sorry. My dog was barking. Didn't hear a thing you said. What did you say? Sorry.
No worries at all, Pam. I was just asking if you could give me a rough idea of your household income for this year. This helps us see if you qualify for any savings on your monthly premium. Even a rough range is helpful.
It's probably around 150,000.
Thank you, around $150,000. Let me make sure I have everything right. Your name is Pam Jones, and the best number to reach you is 570-555-0134. You're located in zip code 18503. You're looking for new health coverage just for yourself, age 35, and your estimated household income is about $150,000. Does all of that sound correct?
You got it all.
Perfect. Thanks for confirming. I'm going to share this information with a licensed health insurance specialist here at Balto Health. What remains is to set up a time for the agent to call you back. You're located in Pennsylvania, so that should be Eastern Time, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Just a moment while I check the agent availability. Thank you for waiting. The earliest a licensed agent can call you is today between 4:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If that doesn't work, there are also openings tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Is there a time in that window today that works best for you, or would you prefer to schedule for tomorrow?
Let's do it tomorrow, 1 p.m.
Perfect. I've scheduled your call for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. A licensed agent will call you then to walk through your options and help you enroll if you'd like. Do you have any other questions?
Nothing, thank you.
Great. Thank you for calling Balto Health Alliance. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, everybody. So that was our call. And just a few things I want to point out here before we go into our app. So notice how the agent didn't ask me to press any buttons. It also followed the conversation really well. It felt really natural. And it also followed the business rules and the checklist of what to cover with me, and all of that in real time. Also, I interrupted the agent on purpose just to see how the agent will handle it. Would it be confused or not know how to continue? But as you heard, it was just like, any other natural conversation between humans. So In about like 3 or 4 minutes, with this full conversation that we had, the AI agent collected my name. It understood my issue, asked the qualifying questions, and now it has a full context ready for a human agent when we get on a scheduled call. And just wanted to point out something else. Another situation here would be that AI agent transfers my call immediately to a human agent. But I won't be showing that today. But in that case, the human agent will also get the full context of my call. So yeah, let's now go to our app, and let me just refresh this one. Okay, so this is our Balto Cloud app for managers, and I will show you what happens next with our call that we just did. So we are currently on the Explorer page, and this is where all calls live. So you will see calls handled by humans or human agents, and you will also see the calls handled by AI agents, all in one place. So we can filter those calls by date. So let's, for example, say this month, like this. So as you can see, we have a lot of calls that happened this month. Some of the calls were made by AI agent, and some of the calls were made from our human agent calls. Also, we have an option here to filter out just by human agent calls, as you can see over here, and AI agent calls, as you can see here also. So let's go to all, and let's see what happened with our call. Okay, and one thing I also want to point out is that our AI agents are always easy to spot here in our application, because they have this really cool AI badge next to the name of the agent. And yeah, as you can see, here is the call we just finished right at the top. So let me click on that call so we can go into more details. Okay, so we have here the full audio captured of the call that we just made, and the complete transcript of everything I discussed with the agent. So when this call transfers to a human agent, they already have a full visibility into what happened. So no need to ask a customer to repeat themselves. As you can see, here is the full transcript of our talk, and I can play you a little bit of audio just so you can get the full experience.
Thank you for calling Balto Health Alliance. I am an AI assistant on a recorded line. I understand you are interested in health insurance options. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. All happening in real time. But yeah, as you can see, you have the full audio over here and the full transcript over here. What's also important here, all the information I provided the agent during the call is also captured in our application details section, which is over here. So as you can see, name, phone number, zip code, everything that I talked about with the agent. And now also the human agent has everything they need about the customer, and when they pick up the call, they can jump straight into solving the problem. So let me just cancel my share. And yeah, that was the live demo of our voice AI agent, and I just want you to like take away a few things from this. First of all, the conversation felt really natural. So no press 1 for sales, press 2 for support. The AI agent understood what I said. It responded appropriately. It handled the interruption really well and kept the conversation moving. So that didn't sound like a machine reading a script. it was all natural pacing, human-like tone, and real conversational flow. So we built it this way, especially so customers can engage naturally, and that way they would basically do it with any other agent. So when the experience feels like that, customers stay on the line and actually complete the interaction. Second thing, the intake happened pretty fast in a few minutes. And the AI agent collected my name, contact info, issue type, and qualifying information. And that's time that your human agents aren't spending on data entry. So they are getting a caller who's already been identified, already been qualified, already had their basic needs understood, and your human agents can skip straight to problem solving. And the third thing, I showed you one solution where AI agent scheduled a call with a human agent. And as I mentioned, another situation would be for AI agent to transfer a call immediately to a human agent. But in both situations, a call would be handed off to a human agent with a complete context here in Balto. So the human agent doesn't start from zero. They see the transcript, see extracted data, and what customer was trying to accomplish. So there was no, can you repeat what you just told the system or whatever? And that's where the real efficiency gain is. So yeah, at the end, I would say that our voice AI agents are all about making your team more effective, and they handle the repetitive intake, free up your agents for complex work, and give customers a faster path to resolution. So yeah, thank you all. That was it from me, and I will pass the mic to Drago now. And don't worry, guys, he's 100% human, I think.
Thank you, Sofia. I hope so. My name is Drago Mitrinovic. I'm a principal engineer here at Balto, and I lead our voice agents team. So Sofia showed us an example of our voice agents, Togo, carrying a natural conversation. I think it sounded pretty good. I hope you think that too. But let's be honest, Balto is not the only game in town, and some of our competitors may even have voice bots that sound just as good as ours. And so what's so special about our offering? Why did we decide to release this product at this time? I think Sofia has already provided you with a glimpse of at an answer to that question when she showed Call Explorer, when she showed those filters where your human agent calls and your AI agent calls are all sitting in one place. But of course, it's not just about the ability to listen to audio recordings or look at the transcripts. It's not just about the ability to filter down. It's about the entire industry-leading intelligence layer that Balto has built on top of those of the Call Explorer and on top of those recordings and transcriptions. And so, what do we mean when we talk about this intelligence layer? There is a lot to it, and we don't have really time to go through all of it, but I'm going to just walk you quickly through the ingredients that are most important for our voice AI agents. We are talking about quality assurance criteria that you can use to monitor the quality of your calling center interactions. And now you can do that regardless of whether these interactions are human agents or carried by AI agents. Balto will evaluate these criteria automatically using LLM as a judge approach. And you can look at these individually, one criteria at a time, or they can be combined into measures and eventually into scorecards where you get a single score measuring the quality of each individual call. Then you also have compliance criteria, which are similar to QA criteria in the sense that they're also 3-valued pass-fail, not applicable, automatically evaluated criteria by Balto. But the difference is really what they're used for. So compliance criteria are used to check adherence with the important business and legal rules for every single call. So you're using them for things like mandatory disclosures, or questions that must be asked, or statements that must not be made. And you can even use them, as you will see in the demo portion, you can use them to mitigate some security problems that are specific to AI agents that don't actually apply to human agents. Then we also move beyond just quality assurance criteria. These are things that you kind of need to anticipate in advance about your calls, but Balto also let you discover things about your calls that you didn't necessarily anticipate that might or might not happen. So that's where we have Balto Insights that you can use to ask practically arbitrary questions about your conversations. And again, this will now work equally well for your human calls as well as for your AI agent calls. Or you can even trend the answers to those questions over time and see how your conversations are evolving. So if you are an existing Balto customer and you are well versed in use of all these tools, you probably have a pretty good idea about what I'm talking about and how you would use them for now your AI agent conversations. But just in case you need a little refresher, I'll share my screen and show you a little example of how this might look like in Balto Cloud. Give me a moment until I reshuffle my screens here. So this is the call that Sofia shared with us a few minutes ago, the live call that she made. She already talked about the transcript. She talked about the audio recording. She showed us the summary and the application details. I want to click here onto the QA section. And so you can see that we have defined 2 scorecards for these AI agent calls for this use case. One is for compliance, one is for quality assurance, and looks like the AI agent has actually nailed both of them. You see 100% on both of these 2 scorecards. You can, of course, go into details, look at individual criteria, how they were scored, look at the reasoning from our AI system, why it scored the call the way it did. You can jump to a specific moment in the call. So all those things that you would use with human agent calls, you can, of course, use with AI agent calls. Now, being able to look at this criteria at individual call level, of course, is great, but sometimes you want to take a higher level view. You want to look at reports and maybe slice and dice this data at the higher level. And so this is our Copilot dashboard. I'm going to select a little bit larger period of time and refresh the data. And again, your agents are all here, your AI agent and your human agents. I'll point out that there is only a single AI agent being shown here. And the reason for that is that in this particular demo organization, we have only a single use case. If you had 3 use cases, you would be seeing 3 AI agents, one for each of those use cases. And of course, you can filter through this data all the usual ways. There is a lot to this dashboard. I'm not going to walk through all of this. I just want to kind of point out one interesting view here. Here you see your AI agent and your human agents. Their average scores compared together looks like AI agent is actually doing a little bit better than the humans. This is probably an unfair comparison. As Mike talked about before, you would probably be using AI agents for repetitive tasks, freeing up your humans to do what humans do the best and solve complex problems. So these agents are probably not handling exactly the same call type. So comparing their scores here is perhaps a little bit unfair, but still it's really cool to be able to see it all in one place. Now, if you're looking at QA quality assurance, it's probably fine to jump to this dashboard from time to time and take a look at how your agents are doing. But if you're dealing with compliance issues, you probably want to be a lot more, you probably want to deal with them in a lot more urgent way, right? You don't want to wait and filter through the dashboard to find if there are any compliance issues. You want to know if they happen. You want to know you want to know about them right away. And so I'm going to jump here to our compliance inbox, where all compliance violations automatically are routed. And in this particular case, looks like it's an actual compliance violation that happened in an AI agent call. And it says no system prompt disclosure. So if you recall, I mentioned earlier how you can use compliance criteria to even monitor for some security issues that may be specific to AI agents. So what we did here was we on purpose opened a security hole and left out the usual instructions for the AI agent to not share its system prompt. And you can see an example here. I'll actually jump to the call just to give you a better idea. So here is a clearly malicious caller that's pretending to be some kind of system auditor, asking to know the exact contents of the system prompt, and AI agent is falling for it and spilling the beans. So again, this is not how you would want to design your AI agents, but being able to use compliance criteria to monitor for strange things that shouldn't be happening in your AI agent calls is a really, really powerful tool. Then you can I also mentioned insights. So you can, again, use insights for asking practically arbitrary questions. They're equally applicable to human calls and AI agent calls. Again, it's just a matter of doing some filtering. I'm going to pick a question, ask it. What happens here is Balto is asking this question, taking a sample of your calls, asking a question on each one of them, mashing together those answers, looking for patterns, and then turning this into essentially a taxonomy of situations or answers to your question. And if it's something that you want to look at over a longer period of time, we even allow you to save this as a trend and see how those answers trend over time. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen at this point and talk about, if I can figure out how I stop sharing, and talk about how you would use these tools that we have just shown you for changing your AI agent behavior. So let's say that you used perhaps Balto Insights and discovered a particular objection that your customers are raising that you didn't think about. Maybe the AI agent is not handling it in the best way possible. Or maybe you discover a better way to ask some question, or maybe those compliance criteria that we were looking at before, maybe they point you to someplace where AI agent is failing. How do you adjust your AI agent to behave better? And in fact, how do you build your very first AI agent with us in the first place? So this is an area where Balto has a very strong opinion. And basically, some of our competitors take the approach of self-service. And so they will provide you with documentation. They will hold your hand for a few days. They'll show you how to build your first typically demo agent. And then you'll be on your own to make that work, to do all your integrations, integrate with your systems, and implement that use case end-to-end and make it work. And this is an approach that on the longer run leads to frustration and it leads to failure. This is how you end up with AI agents that handle your use cases correctly 80% of the time, but then fail miserably the other 20%. This is how you end up with incomplete integrations, where the AI agent asks a bunch of questions and then transfers the call, and then suddenly your human agent is unable to find the data and ends up asking the same questions, frustrating your customers. And this is how your customers end up voting with their feet. And we believe that this is not the way you should approach your AI agents. Our approach is based on two principles, partnership and ownership. Partnership means that we will partner with you. We will form a tight partnership. We will work with you to understand your use case, to understand that there is a good expected ROI, to make sure that your use case is going to work well with the existing AI technologies and AI capabilities. And then we are going to own the implementation of that use case. Your success is our success. If your AI agent is not successful, then we have not succeeded. We know that you have to be an expert in running calling center to be successful, but we don't believe that you should also have to be an expert in designing and implementing AI agents. And of course, you will have full visibility into instructions that drive that AI agent. You will have full ability to request changes or even make some changes yourself. But ultimately, the success of that AI agent is something that we own. I would like to close this section with just a quick thought on the scale and the impact that AI agents have to scaling your calling center conversations. When we showed earlier, when Sofia showed those filters in Call Explorer, and when I showed you that list of human agents and then a single AI agent in QA dashboard, one thing to think about is those humans, as smart as they are, and rest assured, as of at least February 2026, we are still smarter than the AI. But those humans, as smart as they are, they can really carry only a single conversation at a time. No human can talk to multiple people on multiple phone lines at the same time. And yet that single AI agent can carry any number of concurrent conversations. And that has profound implications, not just from the cost perspective side, not just from the perspective of not having to hire and fire humans rapidly in order to deal with seasonal fluctuations in demand, but also from the perspective of training. If you discover that you need to change how you handle some particular situation, if it's humans, you're going to have to retrain all your humans. If it's an AI agent, you will make that adjustment once, and Balto will help you with that, and then you're done. That's a major paradigm shift. So with that, I am going to hand it back to Korede, who's going to wrap up this section before we head into Q&A.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Drago, for that. Hi, everyone. My name is Korede. I know that was a lot of information to take in. I'm so proud of what we've built here, and I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone that's on the call, but a massive thank you to all of our customers and everyone that's interested in voice agents for being here. So one thing I really want to emphasize before jumping in is that this is real and this is available now, right? So this isn't just like a roadmap item or a vision deck. Everything that we've shared with you today is all available for you. So if you're interested in the voice agents, make sure to reach out to your CSM. I think Kimberly's dropped her email in the chat, or you can reach out to us directly from our website to the sales team, and we'll get in touch with you. So real quickly, I want to bring everything together and start from the top and work our way to where we are currently. So we started off talking about like our automation insights, giving you the ability to know exactly where to automate, right? So you don't have to guess or figure that out. I'm sure some of you might have specific use cases that you'd be interested in the voice agents doing. But at the same time, if you don't really know, you're still trying to figure that out, we're able to give you that level of data as well too. Now, another constant theme that we've heard throughout this presentation today from Mike to Sophia and Drago is talking about visibility, right? So with our voice agents, right, you have the ability to supervise performance each step of the way. We're not just leaving these agents high and dry to figure things out for themselves, but you have that full visibility to seeing how things work. And just like what we showed and what we are able to talk about too, is that we were able to summarize every single conversation that Togo, yes, Togo, our voice agent, every single conversation that Togo is doing, summarize that. And then when it's time to transfer that over to a human agent, your human agents have full context to everything that's been discussed between Togo and your customers. Okay, another part of something that I really love, and I think this is extremely powerful, and Drago was just talking about this, is with the QA and the compliance criteria, right? So both Togo, your voice agent, and your human agents are scored on the same criteria, right? So you got a true apples to apples comparison there. But the other really powerful thing here, right, and what Drago showed, is being able to see how they're performing on that single leaderboard, right? So you could see that the AI agent might be outperforming some of your agents, and in that way, you know how best to coach some of your agents, and you know how to modify things as well too. So we had Mike talk through the technology advancements and talking about how just like insane and amazing AI is, and seeing the development of voice AI from where it was in the past and where we're getting to and what we're helping to do to push technology and innovate things here over at Balto. We saw the live call with Sophia, which was incredible, right? Not only seeing how awesome that conversation went, but seeing also how all of that populated into the platform. And then Drago walked you through and talked us through seeing how things integrate with your systems, right? So really, we're super excited about this. We hope you are as well too. And what I'll do now is just to bring everyone back on stage so that we could lead you through some Q&A. So make sure you get your questions ready. We're super excited to answer them. We'll get everyone back here now.
Yeah, and we have a couple questions in the Q&A tab and a couple in the chat. I'm going to start with the Q&A tab. First one here, put on the screen. Can Togo leave notes in your CRM?
I can take that one. Yes, definitely. We can. The Togo can leave notes in your CRM, and it's not just notes. It can also add structured data. So it's not just conversational note. If you have structured data in your CRM defined in a particular way, Togo can put that data in strongly typed form.
All right, and we have another question here about how we developed this. Was our voice AI capability built natively? And if so, how long has it been in development? Or did we bring it in through acquisition or partnership?
Yeah, so it's really like a partnership. It's a developer kit that we're using. So what's great about that is there's certain parts like the TTS has been worked on for years and it's industry leading, world class. But yet we also get to do what we do great here, which is build amazing software and be able to integrate that with Balto, as you saw today. So we kind of get the best of both worlds.
All right, I want to hop over to the chat for a section here. Corday, do we have service in Canada?
Do we have service in Canada? I think we do, right? Drago, do you?
We do have a couple customers in Canada. Corday is in Canada. That's why
I am in Canada. I am Canadian on the team, so I can vouch for that.
Yes, absolutely. And can we set up custom flows with branches for it to follow in conversation?
Yes, you can definitely have complex behaviors with agents. It's not just a single prompt style of agent that we support, but we don't have a flow builder right now. We will build those flows for you.
And another question from the Q&A. What about ITSM incidents that have required fields to create incidents?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Drago, if you want to.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, I mean, ultimately, we're able to call through APIs, interact with other systems. That's really one of the building blocks of these AI agents. So yes, we can create incidents in other systems as long as those systems have APIs, which most modern day systems do.
Right, and another question here from Ryan, which we touched on, but always good to reiterate. Can Balto integrate to fill the required fields, such as a user's name or subject line?
Yes, it can.
We're very proud of this. All right. It's not looking like we have any other questions in the chat or Q&A. So last call, everybody. I know this was a lot of information. We're going to send out the recording. All right, we got one here from Rajesh. Can your agent also do outbound calls for inactive and new leads?
Yeah, we're currently rolling out some outbound functionality around campaigns. The agents can do it. We are adding some kind of campaign management functionality right now to be able to service that type of a workflow. So come talk to us.
Will the AI be able to determine how many agents are available to take a transfer?
Yes, if CSM, if CCAS system exposes APIs that can be used to do that.
And
so in other words, it's dependent on CCAS system.
Perfect. All right. Have a question from Jasper here. Healthcare Epic Shop. Can you pull AR files to verify balances?
Yeah, with Epic, sometimes it can be a closed system. We'd have to look into their APIs. If you have access to them, then we can get access to them and be able to pull that stuff. We'd need to have a conversation with you about it.
And from Philip as well here, can the bot be used for training rather than just live calls, like role play scenarios, etc.?
Yeah, future stuff there. A lot of providers are starting to offer training. You can make calls, as Sophia did, into a system. Adding more of a workflow or systematic thing around that is kind of to come. But yes, you can give the thing a call. We'll be adding probably more training role-playing stuff in the future.
Will Togo be able to text customers?
Similar, looking into that functionality, the underlining basically mechanism for conversation is the exact same thing, right? If you're texting someone and you're having a conversation, it's really the same thing. I'm just adding some of those capabilities, but the underlining engine is able to do text messages as well. I think the next one, I'm sorry.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll answer this one from Nathan here. Can Togo support warm transfers to a live agent while preserving the active voice conversation rather than switching to text or transcript?
So what we currently support are call transfers with context. That's how we refer to those. So what that means is that the voice agent will not join with the human agent and customer in a conference, three-way conference, and with all three parties talking to each other. Instead, voice agent will transfer the context to a human agent, but the full context of the conversation is pushed into whatever system, whether it's a CRM, whether it's custom call fields in CCAS system. We have worked this out, this arrangement in multiple different CCAS systems so far. So all of this information is going to be available to a human agent when they pick up the call.
All right. Sorry, Mike. I see the question in the chat that you were about to answer from Pedro here. Can Togo go from SMS to a call, then transfer?
Drago, do you have that one? We've done some stuff with like two-factor SMS. Once again, I think similar stuff where underneath we can do that. We'd have to just look at the workflow that you're talking to.
Yeah, if this is referring to two-factor authentication via SMS, yes, we support that. So agent can basically trigger two-factor authentication, trigger an SMS to be sent to a customer. Customer receives a one-time code, reads it back to the agent. Agent then uses APIs to verify that the code matches, and this is typically used for more sensitive use cases where confirming caller identity is a must.
All right, just checking, see if we have any last questions here. This has been a great conversation, everybody. All right, I'm not seeing anything new, but like Corday mentioned, we are always happy to continue the conversation. Whether if you're a current Balto customer, please reach out to your CSM. If you're not yet a Balto customer, I dropped my email in the chat. You can also check out our website and request a demo that way. You will all also be receiving a recording and can reach out in response to the recording as well. We are very excited to bring Togo to the world and are excited to talk about it. So thank you for joining us. Thank you to all of our speakers today for sharing Togo with the world. With that, have a great rest of your day.